What is poppin', fam? Spanik here, coach of the Reno Acerola, and this is round 2 of the MLBA playoffs as we are taking on Bacon Chest and his Saint Kilda Serperiors. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that name right, but okay, whatever. And I messed up the seeding in the last video. We were actually the 8th seed, not the 6th seed. We were the 8th seed, so that makes my round 1 win even better. And as you saw from the last video, actually, we won round 1 against Shuckle King and his Philadelphia Absols in the upset of the century. And now here in the second round, we are looking to make our magic go on further as we take on I believe he was the 5 seed. I could be completely wrong on that, but I am pretty sure he was the 5 seed. He was either 5 or 4. So I don't remember exactly. And if we win this game, we will be able to make the finals of MLBA. So that's definitely something to look forward to. We did play we did play this guy in the regular. We did play Bacon in the regular season. We did lose. I believe it was only like a 1-0 loss because I hate my matchup. My matchup this game was actually really really bad because Infernape plus Coco just runs train on my whole team, and in the first game, Coco really did the bulk of the damage. There was also the first game was really close, so I was looking forward to this rematch. There was one play that maybe if I did a little differently, he probably could have pulled that game out, and that was Rotom. I should have maybe clicked my ICMZ on the Coco when I had the chance to, instead of thinking he was going to Volt Switch or U-turn or something. I should have just clicked it when I had the chances. It would have taken out the Coco, and I probably could have had a better chance to win. So yeah, that's pretty much his team. He brought all his threats. He didn't bring the Ments. He brought a very similar. We both brought similar teams. What we brought in the first game, except on his side, instead of in the first game he had Ments. Instead here he brings his Mega Tyranitar, and on my side instead of I don't remember what I brought, but I know I didn't bring Mega Metagross to the first game. I did bring it here because Bullet Punch will be able to do a ton of damage to Coco, potentially pick it off, and that's was my main problem in the first matchup. I didn't have really anything that could pick off and revenge kill Coco, other than Water Shuriken and my Greninja, which I kind of wanted more for Infernape. But I'm pretty sure Scarfape came this game. I think Scarfape came in the last game too. I don't remember what I brought instead. Instead of Rotom. Yeah, I didn't bring Rotom this game. And on my side, instead of Rotom, I brought Mega Metagross. Other than that, I have a very similar team. Like the Sceptile isn't the weird set I brought the last time. The last time I brought like a bulkier set. It was built to take on Mens. This one has like Akaberry and Burden, and it's meant to take a hit from Infernape and just blow him away with like what do I have, like Drain Punch or something. But pretty much my goal for this game is to is to break down his team with Metagross plus Gudra, potentially sweep him late game with either Mimikyu, Greninja, or Sceptile. All right, so let's get right into this battle and see how round 2 of the MLBA playoffs played out. He decides to lead with Coco as I lead with my Claydol predicting the Coco lead. And over here, I was thinking I just get rocks up right away because its only way to spin them away is the Blastoise, which he doesn't go into here. He actually goes into his T-Tar. So I am able to get rocks up. And that's very, very nice. Potentially, I could undo... And rocks are very, very nice this game as it undoes Tornadus' Regenerator. And I could break any potential sashes he may have, like a Sash Infernape, even though I am pretty sure that Infernape is Scarfed. So he Mega Evolves right away and gets up his own rocks. As I go for a Toxic here, I thought he was going to maybe pull a switch into his... Maybe pull like an aggressive switch into his Infernape or his Tornadus. And I figured I could just right away Toxic that. Or maybe he'll go Blastoise. And if I could Toxic Blastoise, that's really, really nice to get residual. And I could always just set up rocks later with my Claydol. It's really no big deal. This Claydol doesn't have Rapid Spin, so his rocks are here to stay as well as... So his rocks are going to be here to stay. Or unless I did have Rapid Spin. I'm not even sure what I had. Okay, I go out in the Sceptile here because I really have no other switching in this thing. I want to keep my Mimikyu's disguise intact still. So I really just have to go Sceptile here, as it is my most expendable member. I am able to live this crunch, which is really, really nice, as he's going to expect maybe the Drain Punch here, as he does go right out into his Infernape, making the hard switch there. And here I could get And this is actually really, really good for me, because here I could confirm if he's scarfed or not. Because I do have enough speed on this Sceptile to outspeed Infernape before my Unburden. So I will able to scout here if he's scarfed and he U-turns there, meaning he is. I don't mind losing Sceptile there. It's my most expendable member. I could still win the game with Greninja and or Mimikyu. So I just go right in my Metagross here because this Coco can't really touch my Metagross that well. And he goes out into his Blastoise, which is looking like his Metagross answer. And I go right for the Meteor Mash, and that Meteor Mash confirms he is not Fizz Def, meaning a Thunder Punch will be able to kill him from that range, meaning my rocks are here to stay. As now he goes back into his Infernape. I pull a switch here into my Claydol, as it's my best switch into Infernape, number one. And number two, he is not in Bullet Punch range yet. I believe after Flare Blitz Recoil, he is. I believe if he clicks Flare Blitz on my either my Goodra or my Claydol here, he will be in range of a Bullet Punch. I think I did like 15 to 20%. As you can see, he gets the burn, doesn't matter. He's now in 28. But if he takes out my Claydol with another Flare Blitz here, he will be in range of a Bullet Punch. Yeah, so now he's in range of a Bullet Punch, which is which is why I'm going out into Metagross here. But potentially I could scare him out with the potential Bullet Punch, because me going Metagross here is it's really, really obvious that I have the Bullet Punch. But I do have the Bullet Punch, and I do click it here because there's really no other play. I can't risk him staying in and firing off a Flare Blitz if I try to maybe go for a Meteor Mash, expecting him to go Coco or something. I don't have Earthquake, so he could have actually went into his Metagross there. But I feel like that Metagross is I feel like the fact he went Coco here means that Metagross is probably the same set he brought last time, which was Cassie Berry, and that just stops him from getting swept by Mimikyu. So he goes out into his Coco here as I do fire off the Bullet Punch, and that damage confirms he is a max HP Coco. So this is a fat Coco, which I kind of didn't expect. And no item kind of makes me think he was Z-move, but okay. I go out of my AV Gudra because it's going to eat this Thunderbolt. And he just goes for another U-turn here as I fired off a Fire Blast here, expecting him to go out into Metagross. But he goes out into his T-Tar. Actually, I went for Thunderbolt. Oops. Whatever. Either way, so he does, because I didn't want to risk the Fire Blast miss, and I was in electric terrain, so it was going to do more damage. So he does go out into his T-Tar there, as he's able to eat this. I don't mind sacking Gudra to this thing, because it looks like, because right now I'm looking to probably win with Mimikyu plus Gren plus Metagross. Right now I'm kind of looking to win with Gren, because I have his Infernape weakened. Tornadus is in range, even AV Tornadus dies to Expert Belt Ice Beam. This is max HP, so it is, after rocks, it's not yet in range of Water Shuriken. So I still need my Metagross around to pick that off. It is in range of Bullet Punch, though. And Metagross, unless he's Cobra Berry, dies to Dark Pulse. So it looks like Gren is going to be able to really do some more damage, as I just want the free switching. So I don't mind sacking my Gudra to this, as he's going to die to Toxic, which is completely fine. As I go out into my Mimikyu here, as he goes out into his Tornadus, I went Mimikyu expecting him to go into Infernape, because I thought he was going to go Infernape, because Greninja was kind of obvious. So I thought he was gonna go Infernape and try to Scarf Mach Punch me, expecting a Water Shuriken. To try to Scarf Mach Punch me, but he does go Tornadus here, making me think maybe he doesn't have Mach Punch on his Infernape. Because I did bring Water Shuriken in the last battle, so Tornadus. So yeah, he goes Tornadus. I really can't switch in on this thing, so I have to try to go for the SD here, as Metagross is gonna come in. And I don't have Shadow Claw this week. I just have Shadow Sneak, Play Rough, and Drain Punch. As I'm going to go for the Shadow Sneak here, he does reveal to be the same set he was the last time, which is fine. My Mimikyu does end up going down, which is alright, because it looks like Gren is going to be able to do some damage right here. If he Scarf Mach Punch, I'm kind of in trouble, though, on Infernape. As, yeah, Protean's going to be able to take out this Metagross, no problem. As now he goes out into the Coco, and I can't switch out my Metagross on this thing, because it looks like Metagross is going to be able to win, potentially. As I see, I do get unlucky there with the rolls on Dark Pulse. As with Water Shuriken, it only does twice, meaning now I have to go into Metagross and click Bullet Punch. So I do click the Bullet Punch here. I'm at 69%. If he is a max HP Tornadus, I actually do live. Okay, right now this game is gonna come down to whether or not he has Mach Punch on Infernape. If he has Mach Punch on Infernape, I lose this game. If he has Mach Punch on Infernape, I lose this game hands down, because if he goes for Heat Wave, it's going to be doing if he's max special attack and goes for Heat Wave, it is going to be doing 67 max. which will put me in range of Infernape Mach Punch, especially if he's Iron Fist. But as you can see, I get lucky and he misses the Heat Wave. That's actually pretty big. He did tell me after the game he was 96 in special attack. As you can see here, he does have the Mach Punch on the Infernape. I go for Bullet Punch. It is going to take him out. And we will be advancing to the finals in MLBA. In our post-game discussions, it was reviewed. He wasn't max special attack on the Tornadus. He was only 96 special attack with no boosting nature. So the Heat Wave would have done. I think the Heat Wave roll was like 57 max, and I was at 69. But he did end up having Mach Punch on the Infernape. So the Heat Wave miss was pretty big, but it's part of the game. What are you gonna do? It happens. I lost 2 straight games in another league on hack. It's about time I got some retribution. But still, GG Bacon, and I will be seeing you guys for the finals in this league. Also, I finally have a date for ICBA draft recaps. It will be up Monday. Monday is the official upload date for ICBA draft recaps. The thumbnails are done, so I will be uploading that on Monday. So peace out, and I will see you guys for the ICBA draft recap next Monday. Peace.